Jason is a man on a mission. Jocelyn makes a bold move. Lucas questions Britt. Carly catches up with Lulu and Charlotte. Tracy suffers a setback. Marco asks Cullum to take Sunny out and Lucas catches Britt at Windermere. Tracy calls Emma and Joe into the living room. She wants to give him a painting by a local Bahamian artist featuring street musicians. Joe loves that. She says he can't put it in Sunny's. They'll hold on to it until he gets his own place. Gio's honored. The painting will get there later tonight. It's at Drew's. He stole it, so she's stealing it right back. Emma worries she needs a passport. Tracy says she's sending movers over there tonight. She had Scout's key copied. Gio's not happy about that. The movers call and cancel due to inclement weather. Tracy decides to pack it herself. Joe wants to help Emma too. They'll meet her at Drew's. At Joss's apartment. Joss asks Brick how to cut power to Olive. Spoon Island. He spits out the water. He just drank in shock. Joss lies that this is for a school project. With the big storm coming up, this was a good case study. He says you'd shut down the router. She'd need a map of the grid, but it's a security risk, so the map would be hard to get without proper clearance. She thanks him. Carly and Jack are at Metro Court when she goes to talk to Lulu and Charlotte. Jack makes a call for someone to meet him there now. While Lulu's taking a call, Charlotte and Carly talk about Valentine and how risky it was for her to visit him again. Charlotte bemoans not seeing him. Caroline's sorry. Charlotte asks for help in seeing him again. Carly thinks it'll draw suspicion, but she'll tell him Charlotte loves him. When the kid asks, Carly tells her to stay safe and away from Sidwell. They had to pull Charlotte's security due to the storm. Charlotte wants to check on Buttercup, her horse. But Lulu says they need to get home. They'll get their food too. Charlotte goes to the restroom. In the other room. When Nina arrives, Jack tells her to get into the other room and pump Charlotte about her dad. Nina flashes to Charlotte, admitting that her dad's been in touch with her. She lies that the kid hasn't seen her father. It's a waste of time. He pulls rank, reminding her that he made the evidence against Willow disappear. Nina doesn't care. Her daughter can't be prosecuted due to double jeopardy. Still, Jack says the public will see it, and it'll destroy her life. Nina comes around and, as he tells her to report back to him when it happens. Charlotte seems to have overheard. At Sunny's, Jason tells Sunny that he's sure Britt's working on Faison's project. He's not sure she'll come back to him. Sidwell or his partner are forcing her to stay away from him. He thinks she's in over her head and updates him on the medicine they're giving her for her hunting toe. Ends, Jason knows they're working on something. Sunny wonders if Britt's where she wants to be. Jason doesn't believe it. Sunny worries she'll betray him if things take a turn for her. Lucas arrives home to Spoon Island to find Britt with Marco. She lies that she's going to be a doctor for Sidwell. She needs the money for credit card debt. Lucas asks what she meant when she said she wanted it over with. She wants to examine Marco before she heads home before the storm is all. Lucas thinks she's lying, but she covers. Lucas is baffled. Marco's literally dating him. A doctor. Why call Brett? Marco didn't want to burden him. Sidwell and Ava turn up, and Marco tells his dad and Ava the lie about Britt's house call. Ava's confused. Why not use Lucas? Britt shuts them down. She needs to get back to town. She and Marco head off, and Lucas seems unconvinced of their story and tells Ava that Britt's not his fave. It's disconcerting to see her with his boyfriend. It seems off. Sidwell interrupts and says he ran into Carly, who conveyed she misses Lucas terribly. Jen's invited her there, which shocks Lucas. Sidwell claims he wants to help them. Ava finds it kind. Lucas agrees, but he's just involved a lot of crazy in the home. In the basement at Windermere. Anna writes the date she was taken on the wall. Faison's voice sounds over the PA, telling her they'll be together soon. She yells for him to show himself. He tells her they'll be reunited soon, but won't say when. She's tired of his surprises. They discuss Britt and Nathan's resurrection, and she asks if he's behind Peter's visit or if it was a hallucination. She groans that people told her he wasn't alive. She knew it. He thinks she was longing for it, but she rants that she finds him cruel. She spits on the mirror and he tells her she'll never escape him. They're soulmates. Subscribe to Soap Spoilers newsletter just arrives at the power grid. She has what looks to be a bomb, maybe C4, with her back inside. Britt declares Marco to be in good health after examining him. Sitwell asks Britt to stay. It's too stormy that she should ride it out with them. Britt tries to get out of it. Sitwell lies that he'll accompany her to the dock, but stops her to tell her that she should get into the lab. She would have, but the lab has adequate measures. Sitwell will have Marco make the changes. Then she'll get to work or her death will be the least the consequences she'll endure. Brick arrives at Sunny's to tell them about trying to find out who made the 2 attempts on Sunny's life last why. He developed some interesting leads. He thinks they're inside the WSB. He'll keep updating as he learns. He tells Sunny not to trust anyone at the Bureau, but Sunny never has. He asks if the attempted murderer was Brennan. Brick doesn't think so. He's too smart to be this obvious. Brick goes and Jason tells Sunny that Jack doesn't have issues lying to Carly. Back at Metro Court, Carly complains to Jack about Britt using her as an excuse to break up with Jason. She's never liked the woman and asks him pointedly, who would want to be in a relationship with someone who lies about who they are and what they want? Jack suggests he and Carly spend romantic time together, but she gets out of it. Nina finds Lulu at her table and says she'd like to take Charlotte to the Rice Modern. Lulu likes the idea and wonders what's taking her daughter. Lulu calls her, but she doesn't answer. She goes to Carly. What if Valentine took her? Nina and Jack give each other a knowing look. Carly calls the doorman who tells her the kid left 20 minutes ago. Lulu says she wanted to check on her horse. She must be at the stables. Back at Windermere, the lights start to flicker as Anna talks with Faison. He heads back inside and invites Ava to stay. Marco offers to make s'mores and she agrees. Joss moves to another area and sets up things, presses a button on a dead switch, and takes out the power. Once power is out, she looks through binoculars to see the job is done. On the island, Jens tells the crew that the power is out and that the generator can only power a few rooms. They can try to get a lunch right away. Jens says they can leave their guests there. Downstairs, someone walks into Anna's room from behind. They have wild white hair. Frightened, Anna yells, "No."